Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Chantel and I have a really exciting announcement today. So back in August, I got my husband to build a website all about reading and choosing which books you're going to read next. It's technically a TBR prompt generator, and I've been having a lot of fun with that because I read a lot of books on my own, but recently, both my kids have kind of been getting involved in the site, and during a week in October, we've been having a readathon, a Hey Reader readathon, and my daughter decided she wants to do this for kids. She wants a kid-specific readathon. So that's what we're going to share about today. I'm going to grab my kids in a bit, and they're going to share exactly which books they're going to be doing reading throughout the month of November, but I want to do a little bit of information first. First of all, whenever I do a challenge, there's going to be a giveaway, okay? And second of all, when I do a giveaway, that's pretty much always books. So there are 4 prompts for this challenge. This will be running through the entire month of November. So your kids can choose 4 books. If they want, they could actually choose less books and use 1 book for multiple prompts. I'll kind of share a little bit more about that in a bit. But for every book that they finish, they will be entered to win this giveaway. Now, I think you can decide if your kids are reading picture books, if they're reading chapter books, if they're listening to audiobooks, based on the level where your child is at, based on kind of where you want them to grow. My daughter is going to be physically reading 4 chapter books. My son has 2 easier chapter books that he's going to be reading, and then he's going to listen to 2 books on audio. I think that's kind of a good amount for where he's at right now, and that will work well for my daughter. So what we're going to do, we're going to choose 1 lucky winner, and they are going to get 1 of my daughter's favorite books and 1 of my son's favorite books. I actually haven't asked them about this yet, so maybe I'll just put it up on the screen. I'll ask them, and when I'm editing, I will put up which books they are, because I'm not even sure what are their favorite books. So 1 lucky winner will win those 2 books, plus I'm currently in the works. By the time that this video is live, I should have an online shop where you can buy t-shirts, like reading t-shirts, and we are also going to give away 1 of those shirts. There will be a couple different designs, and you can choose which design and the size. So 1 lucky winner is going to win 2 books and a shirt, and I'm really excited about this. So I want to tell you about the prompts that my kids have chosen. The very first prompt is to read a book with an animal on the cover. Now, we kind of we're looking throughout our shelves and trying to pick prompts that would challenge kids to look through their books and make it slightly challenging, but also make it not so out there that you're not going to be able to find a book at all. There are tons of kids books, picture books, and chapter books that have animals on the cover, so I think this one should be fairly easy. I know my daughter, one of her favorite books is The Green Ember, and that has rabbits on the cover. Prompt number 2 is a book with siblings. This is also fairly easy because there are so many books for kids, written for kids, that involve families and brothers and sisters and siblings, and we have really enjoyed the Penderwicks and the Vanderbeekers, and those would be really good options for this as well. Prompt number 3 is a book set in winter. And you'll notice when my kids are sharing their picks, my son's is, we're doing this a little loosey-goosey as far as the rules on this. I'm not 100% sure if the book that he's going to be reading is set in winter, but it's in a cold place, so I'm going to count that as set in winter. If you can't tell for sure, but it's, in the Arctic or something like that, I'd say go ahead and count it. And the last prompt is to read a book that either has a hat or a necklace on the cover. This, I'm hoping, is not incredibly difficult. It just so happened one of the books my son wanted to read had a hat, and 2 of the books, actually, I don't know my numbers, how many is 2? 2 of the books that my daughter wanted to read had necklaces on the cover. And we wanted to make sure that, either genders, it might be harder for boys to find books with a necklace on the cover, so we got necklace or a hat. So to enter this giveaway, all you need to do is go over to Hey Reader and create an account, and then you're going to join this TBR that my kids have made. I will leave the link below. You can, if you want, create separate accounts for each of your kids if you have multiple kids, or you could do one account for you, but the only problem is if you don't create, like if you have 3 kids and you only create one account, you're only going to get credit for one book for each prompt or whatever. You're not going to be able to get each kid entered. So I would highly recommend making multiple accounts, and you can just give them like random nicknames. You don't have to put their actual name. My son is actually The Shadow on there. I love that nickname. So then at the end of November, I'm going to go in and I'm going to see how many people joined, and then I can see the books that you've chosen, as well as if the book was read or not. So once you've finished it, you go in and you mark it as read, and then every book that you have finished, we will enter your name into the giveaway. Like, I'm gonna get my kids to actually write out each name, and then we will pick from a hat, either literal or figurative, I'm not sure, and we will pick a winner. Hopefully that information all makes sense. I'm going to leave all the information below. But now I'm gonna go grab my kids and I'm going to get them to share what books they are reading. Okay, so for the challenge, an animal on the cover, which book did you guys each pick for an animal on the cover? Okay, what's it called?
The Jaguar's Jewel. The
Jaguar's Jewel. So Ephraim's going to be actually physically reading this one. And which one was your animal on the cover?
I think
this one? Right? I think so. What's that one called?
Oddity.
So this one is an A to Z mysteries book. And this one we got from a friend and don't really know anything about it. It has little zombie rabbits.
I started reading it at one point. I didn't even get one chapter through, but I didn't end up finishing it. It's pretty funny.
Okay, so those are your animal on the cover. What about a book with siblings?
Siblings?
Oh yes.
Best Family Ever.
What's this one called?
It's called The Boxcar Children.
Boxcar Children, and he's going to do this on audio. You got the hiccups. He's going to do this one on audio, and we're going to do a different one, not the first one, because he's listened to this one before. So whatever is available from our library on audio.
I can't stop laughing now.
Okay, just wait. And then your siblings' book was The Best Family Ever.
Yes.
Which is a Karen Kingsbury. It's the first book, and I think this is a series now.
Probably should just. This one was out last year, so.
Yeah. Okay, next, a book set in winter. That's that one. So, what's this called?
It's called Polar Bear.
Did you do this wrong?
Okay,
yeah. Let's hold on. Polar Bears Past Bedtime. Okay. So this one's going to be on audio as well. And we have this one, and there's a narwhal one on hold on audio. Whichever one comes in at the right time, I guess he'll do. And then, I don't know if these actually take place in winter, but they're in cold places, so we'll count those. It's kind of loosey-goosey with our rules here, I guess. So which one was supposed to be your winter one? She's gonna go through the whole thing. Which one was your winter one?
My winter one was this one.
This one's your winter? Okay, so Best Family Ever is your
My
winter?
sibling one was Dash of Magic.
A Dash of Magic, and that's book 2 in a fantasy series about a magical bakery. Mm-hmm. You're trying really hard not to hiccup?
Yes. Okay, what's this one?
Okay, then what was our
Animal on the cover?
No, a necklace or a hat on the cover.
Okay.
So you got your hat. What's this one called? Cupid?
Cupid does eat chocolate-covered snails.
Cupid does eat chocolate-covered snails, and this one is going to be a book you physically read. And this one is a Bailey School Kids Junior chapter book, so it's got lots of pictures and pretty big font. So I think this one will be...
That's like one of the other books I read.
Yeah, I think we'll kind of do this one at the beginning of the month. And then you have a necklace on the cover?
Yep, The Dark Hills Divide. And
this, you're taking a book? This is book 1 in a series, and you've started this book once before, right?
It was really far. I think I might even have the bookmark still in here. Oh, no, it's just a blank page.
I read this book, I don't know, earlier in the year and thought she would enjoy it, but...
Sometimes I just have to get into the book.
Yeah. So there is their plans for the month. I mean, things might change a little bit. That happens, but hopefully the books that they're planning on reading gives you a bit of an idea for your kids. And yeah, we would love to hear if you're joining us for the challenge, and I hope this inspires your kids to read during the month of November.